All right, let's do some Founder Friday pitch-offs. It's time to discuss the bracket, my friends. We are talking about something that we are very excited about, which is showing off cool things from the Founder Friday world.
So Founder Friday, just to explain, founderfriday.tech, 6 founders around a table. They get together every first Friday of the month. You go around the table, 5 founders, 4 founders, no looky-loos at the event. You have to be a founder of an active startup. Founder 1 says what they're working on, what their big win, what their big fail is, what their big challenge is, what their big, win is.
Sure.
You do that for 2 or 3 minutes. You go around the table, 6 people, 3 minutes each, 18 minutes. Then you spend the other 40 minutes. Each person goes around and says, oh, Alex, you're a big win. I want to hear more about that. Let me ask you a question about how you're acquiring customers using TikTok videos. And then you say to me, yeah, and I want to ask you about your challenge of acquiring customers. I'm wondering if you've done Google search and if you're retargeting. The person says, what's retargeting? You say, here's the tracking pixel. Here's how you do retargeting. Boom. That's the format. So we ask these teams, have your own competition between the 6 people, or maybe have 3 pods of 6. And we're codifying this at Founder Fridays. You can go to founderfriday.tech, great domain names, to create your team. And we're going to do March Madness. We're going to have 8 teams on one side, 8 teams on the other. I'm not sure how we broke them up.
This is done by city. So we have Houston versus Boston, Austin versus Quincy, New York versus Philadelphia, go Birds, Zurich versus Florianópolis. So Jason, what I'm going to do is play for you 4 clips, 2 competing pairs of companies from this, and then we're going to pick our favorites and we're going to scoot them forward and get this ball rolling. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, excellent. Because too bad if you weren't, we're still going to do it. All right, here is the first one. This is Snipd. Let's hear from Snipd.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm the founder and CEO of Snipd. Snipd is an AI-powered podcast app for people who listen to podcasts to become more knowledgeable. For me, podcasts, and for many other people out there, have become the most important source of knowledge. And I usually listen to podcasts while I ride my bike. But the problem is that whenever I hear an amazing insight, it's so difficult to write it down. So what we have done with Snipd is whenever you listen to a podcast on Snipd, and every time you hear an amazing insight, you can just triple tap your headphones, and our AI summarizes the insight that you just heard and saves it together with the original transcript and audio in your knowledge library. You can now review this. You can send it to friends. You can even sync it with your favorite notes app like Notion. But actually, in the meantime, our app does much more. One way of thinking about it is really we've become the AI native podcast app, similar to how Cursor is the AI native IDE for developers. So our app has AI-generated transcripts, AI-generated chapters. We identify the guest of a podcast, create a little mini bio about them. We identify all of the books that get recommended in a podcast. You can chat with an episode. We even generate small summaries for you, such that you can decide whether or not to listen to a podcast. So all of this together basically creates the AI-native podcast app experience for people who listen to podcasts to learn and become more knowledgeable. We have users in more than 210 countries and paying users in more than 149 countries. So really looking forward to the next country to get to 150.
Awesome.
So
I love the idea.
Snipd, Jason?
I know this. I've met the founder. I downloaded the app recently because I'm looking for podcast 2.0 standard apps that have the live link in them. Shout out to Adam Curry, the podfather. And I'm looking for ones that have the donate button in them. And I've been pushing Spotify to add the donate and the live button. So when we go live, we should be able, in our RSS feed, to just post it in there, have it ping Spotify, and then have Spotify say we're going live. So we don't have to do what we're doing right now, is use Restream and have 6 different live streams going across every platform. We should be able to send a notification to our subscribers and say, this is our preferred live platform, YouTube, X, whatever.
Sure.
Putting all that aside, it's a great idea. The app has some challenges. I happen to have used it because you have to pay in order to use all the features. So it'd be better for them to have some advertising in it and make it free or time gated, or let you have 3 podcasts. And then after you get to 100 notes or something, then it upsells you to charge you. But anyway, great idea. I think you would like the idea too. Who are they up against in the bracket? Who are they now going up against?
That was Zurich. And now we are going to hear from Florianópolis, which is a city in southern Brazil. And their chosen champion is a company called MedSimple.
Vinicius, I am from Brazil, Florianópolis, and I will present you today MedSimple, There's Medical School Simple. It's one of my first times doing it in English. The first one was on Founders Friday, okay? And I appreciate you guys watching me today. Our purpose is to improve medical education in Brazil. Why? Because it changed our lives. Who? Me and my co-founders. We both met on med school admission test, and we got approved together. When we entered medical school, we faced a problem. Lack of active study in medical school, difficulty in memorizing large amount of information, okay? And lack of specific questions that we missed from the admission tests. And we created a solution when we was on med school, a SaaS, where you choose a subject, diabetes, tuberculosis, hypertension. You choose a study mode, questions, flashcard videos, and you do have to recall these informations. And why now? Because a lot of new medical schools in Brazil, new students, and maybe you're going to have a Brazilian medical proficiency test like the USMLE from the United States. Done. In terms of world, we have more than 100 billions in global market share education. In terms of Brazil, we have 250,000 medical students with a ticket of 120 USD. We could reach a 30 million ton, but you can improve that doing another products and going up to the residency model, ton of 40 millions, okay? Other players in the market, we have strong brand, Duolingo-like approach, tricks to improvisation, a residence model, we are working on that. We are a SaaS, B2C, 120 per year. Our revenue, we are here we are in medical school, and we started very small, how you can see here. And now we are more than $500,000 in revenue per year with an MMR of 50,000, okay? The team, we both are physicians, and our dev is Gabriel Buzzi. GitHub contributions of him.
All right.
I love this. First of all,
love them both. This is a problem. It's too strong. Give me what you love about each really quick, and then which one you pick.
Okay, so Snipd, I adore because, I mean, you might have heard of this Week in Startups podcast, Jason. Yeah. Big fan. So I live in the podcasting world. I love anything that lets people extract more from audio, and I love the application of AI to popular consumer formats. Okay. MedSimple I adore for two reasons. One, I know the market very well. I've watched my spouse study for boards and different step exams through medical school and residency. So I know how much work that is. And I recall how much money we spent on stuff. Like books, courses, mnemonics. Like there is so much studying that goes into this work. So I know the pain
Which
is
one
huge.
do you pick?
MedSimple because of the revenue growth. Love it.
Okay. I was going to go with the podcasting app because I think it's amazing and it's innovative.
Absolutely.
The Med app isn't super innovative. I think anybody could build it. It's built on other people's LLMs. It seems very basic. It seems very simple. But then I saw their traction. And if it's true, they got to over $500,000 in traction already. And he did that product velocity, which panders to me. I too fell in love with the medical one. But I probably would obviously use the other one. And I think one's more innovative than the other, but the other's got traction. Both of them are amazing. I would love to invite them both to the accelerator, but I think they're beyond it now in terms of revenue and money raised. I'm going to give a slight edge to MedSimple.